Hello and welcome to Expansion Revolution Podcast. This is OJ Matiba. I'm a pastor at Hillview Church, and I have the privilege of bringing the Expansion Revolution nuggets every day of the week to your home, your office, wherever you are. This is going to be an inspirational moment where we empower you through tools from God's Word that can help you to enjoy the best life that God has created for you. Thank you. Enjoy. Hello and good morning. Thank you so much for joining us in whatever platform you are joining us. This podcast, remember, it runs in Apple Podcast, it runs in Google Podcast, and it is also available here on YouTube channel. And we encourage you to please subscribe to it and make sure that you never miss an episode. Today we are launching a completely new series that we want to deal with. It is called Lazy People and Diligent People. We want to deal with these two categories of people. One of the books that deals extensively, it's more like if you are looking for a dissertation or a research paper on the difference between lazy people and diligent people, you need to go to the book of Proverbs. The book of Proverbs is more like it's a research, it's more like a case study that was done by people of old to recognize what are the key competencies and the key qualities that we find in lazy people and the key qualities and competencies of diligent people. And this morning, as we begin this exercise, my objective is to help you recognize that God's plan for you is within one category of people called the diligent. And sometimes we may find ourselves sitting in the fence of laziness and hoping to achieve the results of diligent people. And unfortunately, it never happened that way. And when that happens, majority of us run into prayer rather than running into correcting this or into adapting or learning these new skills and competencies that can help us to get what diligent people get. Remember, the rule of the Bible is if we want to get the results that the people of the Bible got, we need to do the things that the Bible people did. And if we want to get the results of what diligent people got, we need to be able to engage in activities that diligent people do. So as we go into this text, I want to help you recognize the key differences between these two people. And my first move is to introduce this in the book of Proverbs, chapter number 12, and I'm reading verse number 24. It says, "The hand of the diligent shall rule, but the lazy person shall be a slave," or ends in slavery. So two important destinies for these two types of people. So the destiny of a diligent man is in leadership, it's in ruling, it's in possession, it's in a place of management. And as you recognize, the end of a lazy person is in a place. Another text uses the word forced labor. So the end of a lazy person is in forced labor. So what do you want, my friend, today? If we are to assume that all the people who exist in the world are divided into two important categories, lazy people and diligent people, and lazy people end up as being workers, and diligent people end up being managers and leaders, what would you want? Which side would you choose? And I want to help you understand three important characteristics of lazy people, and I want to show you three important characteristics of diligent people. Let's start with the etymology of the word that is used in the Hebrew that refers to a lazy person. The first thing is that the etymology of this word suggests a slack person, a slow person, a person who does things slowly, but not even slowly, but surely. This person is slow in implementation of ideals. I don't know who you are, and I don't know where you are coming from and what to do. How quick are you in implementing plans? According to this etymology, laziness can be a characteristic of doing things with slow pace. So that's it. Lazy people can be people who are slow. According to the etymology of the Hebrew people of the word used here, can define people who are lazy to get things done. And then number two is that lazy people are idle people. Now this means that these are people who are having nothing to do. So you are a lazy person if you always find yourself with no activity to do, no project to push, no hustle to push. One of the characteristics of lazy people, which according to the scripture end up being forced or in forced labor or as slaves, is that they have nothing to do. They lack the creativity to make projects take place. So do you have projects you are running right now? If not, you might be a lazy person. Do you have something that you are pushing right now for your family, for yourself as an individual? Are there things that you are currently involved on? Lazy people, by definition, have nothing to do. I think in the context of Africa, a lot of our time we define laziness from this perspective, people who have nothing to do. But in this context, as you can see, lazy people can be people who are also slow. And then the third one is that the etymology of the Hebrew word used here also implies that a lazy person is a person who is deceitful. Now you need to understand where this deceitfulness comes from. It is because this person is desiring to be able to reap the results of a project he was not involved into. Now that engagement or that desire to get the results of a project you are not involved in is deceitful because you are not involved. Why would you want to reap where you have not plowed? So we need to recognize God's plan of reaping entails us involved in the process of plowing. So you are lazy if you never get involved in the whole project, but you want to benefit from it. When you saw your friends starting a company, starting a project, you didn't get involved, but when they are beginning to reap the profits and sharing what comes out of it, you want to get something out of it. That's deceitfulness because you want to reap where you did not participate in the sowing process. So as we close this session, my friend, that's it. That's lazy people. Are you slow to get projects done? Do you have nothing to do? Or are you expecting to benefit from projects you have not participated on? You might be lazy. Find something where you can contribute, and then you'll become a better person. Thank you for joining us today. This is the first day of our series, Lazy People versus Diligent People. May God bless you and help you to overcome any element of laziness. Let's see you tomorrow.